Excuse me. Hi guys, welcome in. Oh my gosh, throat chakra. You could be having a little trouble voicing something you're feeling, maybe. Maybe you're just not sure of where it's coming from. I don't know. I hear somebody's pitch of voice changing or something. That's weird. Maybe somebody's voice is changing. The way you communicate is changing. We have the moon. Oh, yay. All right, challenge. Hope this finds you well, you guys. We're just going to do a Celtic cross and see what wants to come out. Interesting. Interesting. So you could be dealing with a lot of people with masks. Holy moly. It's also your shadow that you're playing with. You're playing hide and seek with yourself. Oh my goodness. We have Wheel of Fortune. I don't know if you guys can actually see that. Apologies. I do plan on getting a new little jigger so you guys can see the cards better. But until then, this is what we got. Okay. We're going to have to find out if that's an actual person or if that's you. Wow. Okay, and for their energy. Holy manoli. Okay. You guys got some serious stuff going on right now, don't you? Wow. Okay. 2 more, please. 4 of Swords and the outcome. Possible outcome is what I should say. Wow. Okay. Well, good thing I didn't show that. That's a star, but my marker has kind of come off of her. So what we're going to do, let's do a little bit of that. Give her a little bikini, you know. Why not? You know how YouTube can get. Now we'll just turn her pubic hair into a nice little bikini bottom. Somebody could be watching SpongeBob. Bikini bottom. Okay, so you got a lot going on right now. We have the moon coming out as your situation. So you're being surrounded right now with fears. Fears, anxiety, there's hidden illusions, there's hidden truths going on around you. You're playing with your shadow. This is actually a very potent time. If you can detach from the emotions of, oh, this person's making me feel this way, and so on and so forth, really notice the people around you. They are wearing masks. They're hiding their wounds. They are, the way that they respond, their tone, reading in between the lines is really going to be beneficial for you right now. And realizing the energies around you, you know, that argue with you or that always have something to come back and say. Remember, these are reflections of beliefs that are within us. And a lot of the times we don't even know that we have these beliefs. And again, I'm only speaking from experience because when I went through my moon card and experience, I was led to a lot of people from my past, a lot of past situations. And I'm talking even from people that I hadn't seen in 20 years, from childhood, decided to pop back up. And I was, you know, it was right in my face and I didn't want to see it. And I was like sharing all these things with them. Little did I know who I was sharing with was were the ones responsible for some very devious things that happened. Okay. Very hard truths. Very hard truths somebody's going through right now. Your challenge is the 9 of Cups, which is your wish fulfillment, feeling fulfilled on a personal level. And that's okay, because what I'm seeing here and from all the cards is this is okay. This is a good challenge to be, because it's almost like you need to see more truths, see the mass, see what's been playing around you, and so that it'll reveal your own shadow. You know, you got your shadow right down here, which is usually the crawfish. And these are they're dancing, they're enticed by the moon magic and, you know, the distractions and what is it? The mainstream. You know, they're just whatever's they're followers, okay? And there is a little part of you, you know, we're constantly being circled back to heal, you know, it's a spiral, okay? We're constantly healing, we're coming back to the old wounds to heal it in a more advanced way. Okay, that's why they say that the healing is never done. It's not to be like, oh my God, is something wrong with me? No, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just we're identifying layers. Think of it as an onion. These layers that just aren't helping us or serving us. It's keeping us distracted in this magic and these delusions. And with the Nine of Cups here in the challenge position, I actually love that being in the challenge position, because you're figuring out what you want. What is your desire? What is going to fulfill you? And it's almost like I find this very mature. I find this so mature, because one, it leaves it open-ended for spirit to direct you. So this is actually a very powerful time for somebody, because sometimes we actually don't know. I can tell you so many places I've moved, things I've done that I thought was going to be my fulfillment and bring me happiness, but it was just a situation to show me that that isn't what I actually wanted. But it helped direct me closer to what my heart, my soul truly wanted. So don't make any hasty decisions. Spontaneity is great, but impulsivity, because of past beliefs, past situations, and I'm saying that because the Eight of Swords is in your subconscious. So there is a past situation. Technically, this girl isn't trapped. These are just past experiences, past thought forms, ways of looking at things, labeling things bad. Oh, this happened to me and that was bad. No, it wasn't bad. It was a lesson. It was there to teach you and show you something. And if you keep labeling it bad, then you're going to keep experiencing experiences like that in a low vibrational way. And it's also showing that, you know, we haven't found the lesson. If we're still stuck in this, we're still thinking about, oh my God, but this can happen to me again. Then it's not healed. And you're going to recreate that reality in your future. So somebody's being given an opportunity to really look at the people around you, the illusions, what you're believing, what thought forms you're giving power to. I can feel somebody getting like nervous or anxiety, but I'm not here to cause you anxiety. I feel like maybe somebody's realizing something about themselves. Maybe there's something that it's just somebody's thinking of a past experience and they don't want that to happen again. So I'm almost being guided to tell you to declare that. I refuse to let that happen again. I declare it. It will never happen to me again. And by doing so, spirit, your higher self, the universe, your reality will bring in whatever it is you need for that to never happen again. Because you have declared it, you have decided that will never, but it's identifying it, I think. We have to name it to tame it. It's like a name holds power, right? I don't even know what that's from. Knowing someone's true name. Drop it in the comments if you have any idea what I'm talking about. I feel like if you do, I'm going to end up watching it, whatever it is. Name holds power. That's another thing. Look up your name and what it means. Also your numerology. Those are beautiful ways to discover more about yourself. It's really crazy how you can find out that the name you were given actually lines up with, whatever their intentions were when they named you. With that name, it holds power. It holds I don't know how to say it, but you reflect your name. You reflect your name. So maybe even somebody's wanting to change their name. I, have wanted to do that for quite a while myself, but now I know why I was stopped. So, sometimes we want to do something and we don't end up following through, and they're like, oh, I always wanted to do that. But in reality, there was a reason for it. There was a reason for it. Or maybe it just wasn't time. Somebody needs to create an ad. Oh, what am I doing? Oh my gosh. All right, let me get my labradorite for a second. I just went off there for a sec. Puppy, I heard your chicken is done, and I will go make your stuff in just a second, okay? Okay. Wheel of Fortune in your conscious awareness. You know that the wheel is turning. You know that change is coming. And it's very positive. But it's about getting through the difficult stuff first, okay? In order to evolve, in order to change, in order to become the best versions of ourselves, we need the truth. We cannot make the right decisions with false information, lies, delusion. Somebody's realizing that they could have been going in the wrong direction, but nothing was wrong. Nothing was a mistake. It was supposed to happen so you could have this realization. Go easy on yourself. Love yourself. Forgive yourself for what you did not know, because every day you're putting in the effort. Every day you're bettering yourself. You're taking accountability. That's taking your power back. Like, identifying, naming these, that doesn't resonate with me. That is not my belief. I'm going to separate myself from these energies because they're affecting my aura, my energy, and what I believe. And you don't even know what it is that you truly want yet, because these energies are around you, and also because there's this belief that you have to tolerate it, or that you need to be nice and kind and deal with it. Maybe that's what you did in a past situation. Remind yourself of those. What happened? How did that turn out? Was there like an external force that had to separate you or push you out of a situation? That was divine intervention to get you out of it. It wasn't to harm or hurt you. It was your higher self showing, like nudging you, like you need to go this way because you're staying in a situation that is not serving you. So we have to relabel the way that we are looking at these situations. Page of Swords, recent past. Either you were very curious intellectually, doing studies. This could also be, oh, that's right. I wanted to clarify that. This could also be somebody who is watching you, or somebody was watching you. I don't know. We're going to clarify that right now. In your near future, the Magician, you back in communication with all the elementals. Your intentions are aligned with your emotions, which is aligned with divine will, or inspired action, divine inspired action, divine, oh gosh, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? From the swords, because it's the thought that kindles the feeling, and the feeling creates the momentum for the inspired action. And with all those three combined, it creates the pentacle, which is the energy or the tangible results here in the 3D. So this is your near future. And again, we will elaborate on both of those. And your energy right now is coming up as the Three of Swords. This does not surprise me with your cards at all. 1445, so 144. You could resonate with a 144. This is what I was getting to, is that we need the truth. The crack and the holes within us is where the light shines through. If you know, you know. It's getting to a point of acceptance that this is the earth realm. One, everybody dies, okay? Everybody dies. 15-15. We the delusion of being scared of death and all these other things is ruining the frequency of this planet. People should be celebrating death. And I mean that in a sense of celebrating their life, the good times, the happy times, because we are literally destroying our past loved ones' souls by not allowing them to continue on, because the people that they've left behind are so confused, are in such mourning and grief, and have no idea that, hey, we haven't gone anywhere. We haven't gone anywhere. That's for somebody. Maybe you're dealing with death. Maybe this is somebody else around you or something, showing love and compassion, and just remembering that and I can say this because I've lost so many people and went through this exact thing, and then found out the damage I was doing because of not letting it go and not healing. So anyway, back to this. There is a realization, there's a truth. I know that this card can like freak people out, but it is such a good card. I had this about 2 weeks ago, let me tell you, okay? I know I was on a break for quite a while. I had some stuff to sort out. When I was doing some of my readings and I would listen to myself back, or play it back, I noticed some things in my own speech that implied I had not healed, or I didn't have clarification on things. So when I realized that, I had to take a step back and be like, what am I not seeing? What truth am I not seeing? And then for a while I was pulling this card and I was like, oh great. And probably felt the same way you did. Like, it's not very fun. It's not very fun. But when you start getting in the hang of healing from these hurtful situations, it gets easier and easier and easier. And you see the truth, you see the realizations, you see the duality, the requirement. If you want to, okay, a roller coaster, right? It's not just going to stay straight the whole time, right? That would be boring. It goes down, it goes up, and it goes all the way down again. And it's ebbing and flowing, and being grateful for these Three of Swords, being grateful for the truth, being grateful for the exposure of the delusions and the lies and the false fears that are keeping you from your wish fulfillment and keeping you stuck in past just thought, like a brain of yours that is not helping you move forward. Because again, she is free. She's free. She's blindfolded and she got rope on her, but she can walk out that. Look at that. Even the water is just like guiding her out. So there is a truth. There is a realization that hurt is going to hurt you. Yeah, for sure. But what breaks our heart fixes our vision. And this is going to help you a lot in accepting it and being like, okay, so this is a realization. I thought this person was my friend, or I thought this person was my family. I thought this person loved me. I've given so much to them. I've, what are those stories with I carried you in my womb, and, or the boyfriends or husbands or wives or girlfriends, whatever, like, oh, but I paid for your schooling and you wouldn't be anything without me. And those are strings attached. Those are individuals that you do not want in your life. If they can't allow you, respect the way that you feel, the way that you are perceiving your life, and the real situations that you're going through, then they don't deserve to be in your life, because they're emotional. It's an emotional baggage, kind of. It's guilt, it's shame. It's a game. Okay. This is such a powerful freaking read for whoever this is. Like, holy crap. Because it gets better. Yes, it gets better. Journaling, writing, the realizations, what you're feeling, it gets out. The next morning, you're going to feel fucking amazing, even after this, because you're not sitting in it. You're not stewing in this. You're like, okay, this is the realization. Does it hurt? Absolutely. Is it in my control? No. A lot of the times, we can't control how other people, we can only control ourselves and how we react and handle it, and not taking it personally. You know, I don't like to share too much, but I also know that that's where my wisdom comes from. So my son, we went through a terrible situation. Again, okay, sorry, I shouldn't label it terrible. It was an eye-opening situation. And in my eyes, I did nothing wrong except for stay with my family, because I wanted me and my son to have support and but I didn't realize it wasn't support. So long story short, he gets taken by CPS. I get him back. I win my case. We move far, far away. I didn't think he was at I wasn't even there. I needed to heal myself before I could address him. And I was, feeling guilt for not being able to protect him and what he had went through. And, anyway, long story short, found out that he's mad at me, even to this day, even after, everything that I had to overcome just to get him back and save him from, what had happened. And I get it, his age, he's confused, but it also woke me up to how I was carrying a belief towards my mother that I didn't even know I had. So really paying attention to, if you do have children or if you have loved ones around you, and again, it's not getting emotionally involved, you're not trying to fix it, you're just being that compassionate ear soundboard, like, oh wow, that's interesting, and allowing them to figure it out on their own. A lot of the times people just need to hear themselves speak like a soundboard, and then they're able to hear their own answer to their question. But again, these situations that are being presented to you, no matter if it's at work, at a gas station, loved ones, friends, family, pay attention. What's the lesson? What are they asking? If your kid comes in, I'm telling you, Spirit sends you answers to whatever prayers you got through your kids. They're going to come up, and it's going to be something frustrating or irritating, or something like you're just like, what? Like, you could do that. You're really pay attention. Like, put everything down and give them your full undivided attention, because like 9 times out of 10, that situation with whoever, especially if you have kids, is going to be the answer to whatever prayer, whatever, it's going to fill in some blank. It's going to show you something that you didn't see. Like, just really pay attention, okay? Oh my God, that was so long. 23 on the timer. All right, your environment is showing the Empress. Very magnetic environment. You could be attracting everything that you need at this time, and this is what you need. So a phrase I love to say, especially with the 9 of Cups coming here in the challenge position, not knowing what you want or what your soul really wants. We want to get through all the filters and the falsities and the illusions from this moon, from society. Oh, if you want to be happy and fulfilled, you want to make a family and buy a house and have a 9 to 5. We all know that that's bullcrap. So anyway, the mantra is, I want what I need. I want what I need. I want what I need, Spirit. Whatever it is that my soul and vessel needs at this time, for the best and highest good of all. For my best and highest good, with ease and grace and love and joy and laughs for all. Okay, so we're going to clarify a few cards. I skipped that. But your environment is showing that there's a very magnetic pull. Yeah, it's just giving me that it's pulling in the lessons that you need at this time. With the moon being the overall arching, and you still figuring out what it is that you truly want, what makes you feel fulfilled. You, not as in like, oh, I need another person to make me feel fulfilled. No, like what lights you up. Clothes, makeup, art, um, creating games, or being creative in creating something, or managing operations with large groups of people. Maybe you're really good at management and keeping things flowing and keeping people, on the same page, because not everybody can get along. We're all unique and different, and this person doesn't get along with this person, but you're like a really good in between person because they get along with you, so they're willing to work together because of you. Okay, so we have the seven of, oh, wait. Okay, sorry. Your warnings and affirmations is the Four of Swords. Getting that rest, getting that healing, what's going, like laying down, closing your eyes, touching your third eye, right in between with your finger. I would use your middle finger. Um, just, yeah, you can look it up. Touch your middle finger to your third eye, press on it, tap on it, talk to it, ask for it to wake up, give you any visions, any insight. What are your thoughts? Paying attention to what thoughts you are, I was going to say gravitating towards, or allowing to take up space in your mind. You have the power to send it away. If it keeps coming up and you don't like it, tell it to go away. If you just are sitting there and you're just tolerating it, and then maybe one day you actually end up giving in and considering that thought. It's that devil and that angel. There are energies everywhere. All they can do is whisper to us. It's our free will. Our free will to actually follow through. I'm also seeing somebody's spirit could be a lack of growth, or something not being worth the effort. Regression, somebody could feel like they were growing. They were very somebody was growing. Things were growing with the Seven of Coins. And then this moon situation happens. And it could bring on a feeling of being like, did I do something wrong? Feeling like it's regression, stagnant energy. Why am I around individuals that are lacking growth, lacking effort? They're bogged down. They're aimless. They have no idea where they're going. This situation could just not be worth the effort. Or this is showing you your moon, your shadow. Maybe they're a reflection of what you don't want to be. And also remember to never take advice from those who have never tried. Okay, their opinions are like assholes, and everyone has got one. But you don't, no, your opinion is the most important opinion. Because especially when everybody outside of you is giving you reasons why something can't work. One, you shouldn't be telling them your ideas until it's completely secure, locked in, like came out already. Because they will create stagnation. They're going to convince you all the reasons why it's not going to work out, because these energies have too many regrets, too many fears. They live in the past. And yeah, your subconscious and shadow are showing you something very essential right now to prevent any kind of self-sabotage or allowing other energies that would interfere with your growth in the future. The outcome. I did forget that. I know. I don't know the message in that. But the possible outcome is the star, Aquarius energy pouring into yourself, the earth, and the cosmos. This is also giving me communication, being in clear, healing communication with the stars, with the higher dimensional beings. I love Bohemian Tarot. You know, it really gives some interesting explanations and very different from how people read tarot these days. But it literally talks about, like, usually it's a crown, you know, with the 7 stars, the 7 sisters, literally just communicating with consciousness, with yourself, with the water, being led to do humanitarian work. This is also healing. And with the 4 of Swords in your warnings and affirmations, um, this is just a lot of healing work, talking to yourself, to your guides. I really wouldn't share much with people around you, because this looks like you're in a dark night of the soul kind of chapter, realizing truths. Other people are, I'm telling you, if you share this stuff with the people that are around you right now, because of the phase that you're in, it will only lead to a lower vibrational energy. It will lead to you feeling bogged down. Maybe this is what you're realizing. Maybe you have been sharing with them. And again, forgiveness. You didn't know what you didn't know. This was showing you something so you can move forward. And when you decide, and when your actions imply that, like, oh, I'm not talking to them anymore, right? I don't want to be around them. They're aimless. They lack effort. These are not the energies I want to be around. But then they call and they need your help, and you go over there. That is showing that they still have control over you. You're a people pleaser, and that you don't respect yourself and your own wishes. So saying yes to yourself before anybody else. This, you know, no more people pleaser, period. No. They can figure it out. You got your own stuff going on. All right? And it's not like, oh, well, I need to help them because they helped me. No, there's no strings attached. Did they ever say that? Stop feeling obligated. We should be doing things just out of the kindness of our heart, not thinking, oh, well, I can ask them for a favor later if I do this. No. And if that's the way you're thinking, then don't even offer, because you're not coming from a pure place. Alternative motives. Again, just forgiving yourself and telling yourself, hey, this is not a beneficial mindset for us to be working from. Let's switch it. I know what I know now, and since I know a better way, we're going to choose a better way. We're no longer going to use the mindset and the thinking of what can I get from this person, or how will this benefit me. It's, I feel led to do this just from love or compassion or empathy, you know, seeing yourself in another person, and just checking your motives, your intentions for wanting to help somebody else, and making sure it's not coming from an egoic place, because otherwise it will be taken as egoic, and then they will end up despising you and having resentment towards you, even though you helped them. Even, you know, it's just, it is what it is. Nine of Cups, please, and thank you. Oh, did my face show? Poop. I'm looking pretty rough, you guys, so, I mean, I really don't like saying I told you so, but I did tell you so. So it flipped like this, in this direction, 3 of Cups in the reverse, under the influence, third party, love triangle, rival, time alone, heavy partying, someone else's influence. So someone else's influence is what popped out to me, and it also goes perfectly with what I've been saying. Somebody is keeping an individual very bogged down, making them feel like they're not even worth the effort. Oh, you're going to go try and be happy? They're also somebody that can't let go of heavy partying. And I'm getting something about a triangle. Triangle, triangle, triangle. Love triangle. Third party. Maybe somebody you're connected to has somebody that they're connected to, and that person found out about you or saw you. I don't know, something. because their energy is interfering. So somebody's challenge is they don't know what they want or can't get their wish fulfillment, or at least go after what their wish fulfillment is, because somebody else's influence, because of a third party. I'm also getting for an individual here is that you need some time alone to figure out what it is that you really want. Like, for real. Because you're like, I don't know if you don't have, if you're not wearing crystals and charging them and setting intentions, or, wearing oils, or anointing your head, giving intentions, starting your day with prayers and gratitude. Because when we form these healthy habits, sage, all of these things, every little bit counts for one. Every little bit counts. Spirit, your salt baths and speaking to your water, and being very intentional with everything you do is really going to block these other energies out. Even if you do still have to be around them, because I know a lot of people are probably like, well, I can't not be around this person because of blah, 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 blah. And I get that. That means upping your spiritual hygiene, setting intentions, not falling for the BS, asking more intuitive questions like, that didn't sound right. Don't just bypass that. Don't just let it go. Like, that's the old mindset. That's the old way of just letting it go, and then we end up having to deal with it later. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. So this is something that maybe somebody just learned and realized, to look deeper into not every little thing that somebody says. It's the things that pop out that make you, like, pull it back up. Like, I said that, but it was weird. Like, something that somebody says that pops back up in your mind. That's like your intuition saying, this needs to be reevaluated. This needs to be looked at. Like, spend some time alone and remember how they said that, how they responded, how it made you feel. I feel like you're going to end up being around somebody and realize that it's almost like right down here in your solar and sacral is going to feel very buzzy. And you might even feel like energetic or energized, or like, wow, there's a lot of energy around this person. That is distorted energy. They do not like you. They have some kind of resentment, whether they're aware of it or not. That's the thing. That's the catchy part, is that a lot of this is unconscious. A lot of this is unconscious. People don't even know that they have certain beliefs, because a lot of it is carried from past life. We are born with sin. We are born with karma from our previous lives. That's why identifying these patterns and these beliefs at a very, very young age, between 1 and 7, I feel is like the child-mother bonding age, where they're both helping each other reflect each other and learn and grow and, I'm gonna move on because I lost that anyway. All right. The Eight of Swords in the subconscious, please. Something in my eye. Eight of Coins. Oh, that's crazy, because that was definitely at the bottom of the deck and exactly in the upright. So 88 could be significant. Virgo energy. Yeesh. I don't like that. Okay, for somebody here, actually, they need to get out of their head. Because with the Eight of Coins in the upright, it's a very detailed past experience that somebody has been sticking to for a very, very long time. Very committed to this limiting belief. Can I get something else? Because this right here is telling me that somebody ain't letting you go. Oh, okay. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love how Spirit will come in and like, be like, there's this way to look at it. And that's kind of my indication that maybe the first view I was looking at could have been through a filter or even a past way of viewing it. But you've mastered the Eight of Swords, the trapped energy. So you're getting quicker. Yes, that's what this is. That's what this is all showing somebody. It's bringing something all together to show how you're able to get out, like self-employed. That's giving me, you know how to get the rope off. You know how to examine these swords and see that they ain't gonna hurt you. They're in the ground. So this is also giving me like an echo energy. Like maybe feeling those feelings of like, this happened in the past. What if it happens again? By declaring and dictating and commanding, no, I have mastered this. I will not allow these 8 swords to come at me again. Now it might be a new sword, but this is mastering the basics of becoming untrapped, identifying the thought patterns or the limiting beliefs within your subconscious that are pulling you towards these energies. Because I feel like you're done. You're done, and it is time to really be alone. So the old energies, the fear-based energies, the lack of effort, bogged down, just tolerating anybody. When we have nobody, we'll just take anybody, and oh my gosh, they're actually paying attention to me and listening to me, and that is not always the case. And realizing that, and realizing you want people that actually pour into you, who are interested, who are like, hey, I have these resources. This might actually be able to help you. Those are the types of individuals, because we're here to help each other grow. But this energy is like, they don't have any resources. They don't even want to see you do better. They're giving you reasons why it's not going to succeed. And I know some people think, oh, well, I'm just trying to be helpful. That is not helpful. That is you working from giving me advice based on your lack of success in whatever this is. Like saying you're going to buy a piece of land, and then they want to say, oh, but you got to do this and this and this and this. And they're trying to make it seem like, oh, you'll just never get it done. That is them. That is the way that they look at it. And you know that you can set up systems and ways to break things down into easier steps so that it's not overwhelming and so that it does get done. They just look at the entire process like, oh, it's way too much. Like, and I get it. I get the feeling. I remember the feeling, but I also know that from what I've learned from kids' books, breaking things down into easier steps. Okay? I am not a lawyer. I had never tried to do a case before, but best believe when my son was taken and false police reports and false statements from family and the police station even, falsifying and saying that they didn't come to the house when they clearly did, and they didn't come in when they clearly did, and all these things. And they were going to throw me under the bus because I could only get a public defender. But best believe when my gut was like, something is wrong, a day before court, I filled something out online, and even my friend lawyer was like, nobody's going to answer that. And somebody did. Somebody did. And I sat there and I was like, I will put the title up on my car. They're like, but don't you need your car? I was like, my car is nothing if I don't have my kid. The reason I have a car is to take care of my kid. If I don't have my kid, why the fuck do I care if I have a car? Are you kidding me? This is my life. This is my child who I love, who had been with me since they were born, never being separate from me for more than a couple of hours. So, yeah, I don't know what it is that you care and love for. And again, like having the realization and finding out the truth that like even after everything I went through and overcame and persevered and won, I still have to deal with my child looking at me like we don't have certain things that I know he wants because there were things that I wanted when I was younger, you know, family support, family functions. But I also know that those desires were also holding me back because there's a lot of dysfunctional families. Um, that, and you know, what do they say? Don't covet. Don't, when we put others on a pedestal, we don't know what it took for them to be there. We don't know how their families actually function. You could be envying somebody or a family that behind the scenes things are chaotic. You don't know. That's why focusing in on yourself and not coveting, or you know, figuring out what you like, what you love. um I don't even know where I was going with this. I know I lost something. Mental clarity, releasing fear, anxiety, hearing and trusting intuition unveiled. Wow. Yeah, these energies create a lot of anxious energy. A lot of anxious energy because they don't know how to release their fear from the past. This just came floating out of the bathroom. It's from like 2 weeks ago. I think the fan is sucking it up though, but red star. Maybe this is significant for somebody. All right, this reading is going way longer than I expected it to, but somebody obviously needs to hear this. This is pretty intense, to be honest. I know, Jackson. I'm gonna go get your food. Just a second. Give me a moment. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Eh. Okay, now you're just getting stuck. I'm really sorry, guys. I don't know why this is taking me. Okay, it is in reverse. Okay, tending to yourself. Perfectionist, manipulative, ambitious, exacting, possessive, work, home balance, imbalance, self-focus, shallow, and jealous. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. Can we elaborate on that? Maybe the Hangman in the upright. So Queen of Coins and the Hangman in the upright. Coming up with the Wheel of Fortune in your conscious awareness, in your conscious mind, what you're consciously, yeah, just what's on your conscious mind. What are you consciously aware of at this time? Things changing, rolling with the punches, possibly with the perfectionist. Poor choices, drop the ball. There's some kind of new perspective. I'm telling you, with this information, this air energy, some clarity, some clarification on what's really been going on, or something that was hidden that you didn't see because of the moon. Epiphany, release, let go, allow, and yield. So somebody is having an aha moment. Someone is going through some kind of awakening. They're surrendering. They're realizing they need to tend to themselves, their work, their home balance, bringing any imbalances into alignment. I mean, God, if this is your read, you are on top of it. You are really growing right now. And here it comes again. Are you going to hit the candle and pop? What are we doing here? I swear this balloon is, I mean, we've had it for weeks since the beginning of January, my son's birthday, and it's been in that bathroom the whole time until now. I guess I should do something about that. There we go. Pricked conscious. Yeah, something's gonna prick you going to prick you awake or something. So you'll be able to straighten the record with yourself. I don't know what this is. You're going to have some kind of new perspective on a possessive kind of energy. Ooh, I'm also getting for somebody here, this is giving me like releasing the people pleaser and really standing in your power. Like shadow in check. Like learning your shadow, the past experiences, what you've been holding on to and why it's been reflecting in your outside with other people and their energies, and like, why are these energies being attracted to me? Why, I should be around more enlightened people, that are interested, because it's just a residue, it's a remnants, it's leaving. This is showing that it's leaving. You're becoming consciously aware of something, getting a new perspective, which is going to really allow you to easily put up boundaries, very easily put up boundaries with these people and let go. And just yield to spirit and be like, okay, I see what you're doing. I see the possessive energies, the exacting, the controlling energies, possibly even from yourself. And a lot of the times you're displaying that because of the energies around you, because of those you are helping, because of those you are giving your precious attention and energy to, when it should be going into yourself. So gaining, that new perspective of self-love. No longer people pleasing, not allowing others to disrespect you. Best believe, I don't care, my son is 7, but there is no male influences around. And even with the males that I've seen, it's very rare for me to find a very healthy male role model or divine masculine. So pouring into yourself, letting go of people trying to make you feel guilt and shame for being self-focused. Oh, you think you're better than us? Oh, what? You can't hang out? You don't want to talk because I don't want to talk because of what you're doing right now. Right now. You're making me feel bad. Well, you're trying to. You're using words to make me feel like I'm doing something wrong for wanting to pour into myself, be self-focused, and figure myself out. You're like, you haven't figured your stuff out. Be open and honest with them. If it hurts their feelings, then they just can't handle the truth. Be compassionate and loving, though. Be like, and just non-emotional. The emotions are for you to identify, not project on other people. And it's just, hey, I've come to the realization that I'm not hanging out with you and being around you is keeping me stagnant and bogged down. I don't feel uplifted. I come around you and I want to share these things, but then I feel worse or bad, or I feel confused and dysregulated after speaking to you or being around you. This is just honesty. This is letting them know, like, this is how you feel. You respect yourself. Oh, my battery's gonna die. You respect yourself enough to speak up about what you're feeling and how you're feeling. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna have to hurry up and finish this because actually I can't unplug the mic. All right, Magician. Oh wait, Page of Swords. Five of Swords, the Nine of Coins. You are enough. Shifting the energy. So you did research, you're learning, you're growing, you're realizing that you are enough. And standing up for what you deserve. Working too hard for free. Yeah, undervaluing yourself, self-worth. You've done some introspection recently, and it's really helping you with the energies that you're being exposed to. You're shifting your energy. You're changing it up. You're conquering self-doubt. Wow, you're doing something differently. And this just recently happened. Five of Cups in the reverse, overcoming despair, forgiveness, accepting change, ready to move on, Healing and letting go. This is what you're manifesting. This is what's coming in the near future. Hell yes. Somebody is growing significantly. Your soul, your character, your essence. 9 of Swords. Emotional anguish, regret, emotional baggage, past life trauma to heal, guilt, intense feelings, unresolved issues. No, that is what your energy is. And again, do not be afraid of this or fearful of this. This is necessary. This is part of it, okay? Contrast. We go up, we go down. But this is going to be turned into power. So you could be feeling regret, emotional baggage, guilt, intense feelings, allowing it to pass, identifying it. I see that happening with the 5 of Cups here in reverse in the near future. You're allowing the process to unfold. This is beautiful. 10 of Coins in the upright, a family legacy. King of Cups in the upright, emotional mastery, emotional balance, heart-centered, kind-hearted, understanding, diplomatic. 10 of Coins with wealth. Domestic duty, lineage, buying a house, image, privilege, security, estate. Somebody, and this is with the Empress, whatever you're doing, this is what you're attracting. Your environment, by going through all of these situations, by studying, introspecting, being honest with those around you, setting up boundaries, declaring that, you know, whatever happened in the past, whatever limiting belief this is, it's not allowed, it is not yours, sending it away. Really dedicating and devoting yourself to yourself and your emotional mastery and how you attract things. Wow, this is amazing. All right, 4 of Swords. 3 of Coins in reverse, loss of motivation, not learning from past mistakes, lack of interest, third-party friction, uncommitted, doing it alone. You are healing from that because that's the 4 of Swords with the 3 of Coins. You're healing from feeling like you have to do it alone. These just weren't the right people, okay? Yes, there were past mistakes, but you're healing, you're learning. I see you laying down, looking at those thoughts, seeing them for what they are. Yes, this is the moment because it wasn't supposed to happen until this moment. All of this had to happen in order for you to realize that. So don't be like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't see this for so long. It was supposed to happen this way, okay? It is divine timing. So please do not beat yourself up. And once you learn to forgive yourself and move past this, your power is just going to increase. 6 of Wands. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm wrong. I love you. I love you, world, universe, spirit, just creation. Congratulations, victory, recognition, success, pride of achievement, confidence boost, and milestone. This is you. This is your possible outcome. 6 of Wands with the star. Achievement, success. This is also giving like somebody could actually become a celebrity or just really well known in the spiritual realm, because it can be either or. You know, there's a lot of covert individuals who are not like celebrity famous, but in the spiritual realm they are very famous because of the work that they're doing, you know, incognito, covertly. Just everyday normal people. Wow. Wow. I think my phone's about to die, so if it does, I love you and the universe loves you and everything's working out for your best and your highest good, but I am going to attempt to finish this. The star! I can't. You're going to have success over any kind of negativity or boredom or lacking inspiration or faith. If spirit, if your higher self is guiding you to do something and you're getting lots of confirmations and it feels expansive, it doesn't feel constrictive or like scary or anything, I would I would definitely go somewhere that you might be guided, like spontaneously, like spontaneity, like, oh, you know, I should go to the park, or you know, there's that rock place or metaphysical shop or whatever, something that you've been wanting to go to, and it pops up in your mind. Instead of convincing yourself why you can't, or, oh, I don't have money, just go. Just go. It's not about buying anything. It's not about the outcome or, oh, like, why am I going? If that is something that it makes you feel expansive and just like, oh, that sounds like a great idea, and, you know, we should do that. That is your intuition. And by not trying to over-analyze it and going with it, where's that card? Somebody is letting go of over-analyzing. somewhere over here. Yeah, wish granted, contentment, spirituality, inspiration. That's the star. The 6 of Wands. Do you realize that? I mean, oh my God, I'm screaming. I'm screaming and jumping. Like my whole lower body is like wanting to erupt. Like when I get off here, I think I'm just going to be jumping up and down. Because the star, the 6 of Wands, and the star, and they're all in the upright. You kidding me? Oh my God. I don't even know what to say. Self-awareness, 4 of Cups in reverse. Completely self-aware, standing in your power, being able to communicate with your ancestors, your spirit team, those that are in the higher dimensional realms that can help us because they've already evolved. And, a lot of them don't even have 3D bodies anymore because they've evolved so much. They're just light bodies now. They don't identify with the 3D body. Not saying that you shouldn't, because we're still in that stage where we still have to interact and deal with the 3D body, the karma, the sins that you're born with, that's in your blood, that the sins of the father become the child. And I know this, I've experienced this. If they don't overcome those lessons and beat those generational curses, they are passed down to the kids. And like with my son, I didn't learn certain lessons by the time he was born, so I can see it in his chart where it shows up. But I also know that with him being so young, I have the opportunity to learn and overcome and relearn a new way to be, which conquers and eliminates those past generational curses, and it gives him. I can be the role model that shows him how to go from the old way to the new way of being. Like, we can know something or learn something a certain way and then find out it's outdated, or we didn't know something that we know now, so now we're going to do it a new way. And just being the example for brothers, sisters, our children, even the older generations, because after 35, the age of 35, if somebody isn't used to creating neuroplasticity within themselves, learning, trying new things, trying new experiences, which, keeps that malleable, keeps our brains malleable, able to adapt and change and create new neuro links. But after the age of 35, if somebody isn't used to doing that, or, doesn't have that malleability within their brain, it's really hard for them to change a belief. It's been shown and proven after the age of 35, it is very challenging for people to change the beliefs that they have been instilled with all of their lives. And it's keeping people stuck in the past. That's why people are aging very, very fast. They're stuck. It's stuck in their body. It's stuck in their minds, and they can't, let go of it. All right. I love you guys so freaking much. I appreciate you being here. This was much longer than I thought, but it was actually very, very enjoyable. I know you got this, and you do got this. It's yours. You're in the midst of a huge growth chapter, and you've been doing the work. It looks like you're pulling in an energy of emotional mastery, whether that is for yourself, and then it'll end up reflecting outside of you once all these other energies have been rejected and you've sent them on their way, and then they'll be able to heal after you reject them, because they'll be stuck with you until somebody, there's a separation. We don't want it to be an external situation that creates trauma, and, let's bow out gracefully. Let's tell the truth and be like, just go our separate ways. If they don't like it, that's on them. That's not your problem, period. Follow my joy. Today I will write down 10 things I enjoy doing, the things that make me feel good and raise my mood. Then I'll pick one or as many as I feel guided to and go do it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When I am having fun and enjoying life, I am in a state of allowing for all that I desire. Heck yeah. Personal journey. I follow what feels right within me. Without needing validation from others, we are each on our own journey, and mine does not need to look like anybody else's. My enjoyment and satisfaction is validation enough. Yes, validating yourself.
not looking outside of you, not looking for like a compliment or this person, because otherwise it will attract the wrong energies and they'll be like, oh, they're a people pleaser. They really like it. Like whenever I validate them and blah, 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 it's like they need it. No, you learn to follow your own joy, creating your own journey. That way, when others are rubbed the wrong way or not rubbed the wrong way, it doesn't matter. It's not going to affect you because you know how to pour into yourself. You know who you are. Know thyself. Knowing your capacity for healing and moving on and letting go and constantly changing and evolving and rolling with the punches and allowing these hurtful truths to come in. Mental anguish. Like I see somebody allowing the energy to flow. Allowing it is feeling the anguish, feeling the pain, allowing it to open that space where the light will penetrate in. Somebody could actually be going on a journey, but again, this is following what you feel. What is your desire? Because it is the Nine of Cups here in the challenge position, and other people's influences could be affecting you. And you're meant to be on some kind of very high value, high, I don't know what I was going to say there. It was going to be a P word, though. Yeah, guidance system. I don't know who you are, but you're definitely going on a journey. We have a compass, personal journey, and follow my joy. There's something about you following something right now, or about to be, or following your joy is going to help you with this situation. I don't know. I know this is a journey. This is a chapter of like the dark night of the soul. So don't be taking anything personally, or this person hurt this person, or this person hurt my mom. Look at it as it's a movie. Please, objective observation, okay? Because nothing actually is personal. Everybody's going through their own crap. And a lot of people are working off of the wrong information. And you being the bigger person and just continuing on your journey, not creating situations to where people are jealous or they're like, oh, she's so much better than me. Like, you know, don't even tell them what you have going on. Just pay attention. Just pay attention because they're going to be like, oh, you can't do that. Somebody is affecting, yeah. But you're going on a journey or you're on the journey and you're being guided. Follow your joy. This is a personal journey for you, for nobody else. Your truth is your truth and it's not going to be everybody else's truth. So, you know, be careful with who you share with. I love you. The universe loves you and everything's working out for your best and highest good. Until next time, guys.